Good morning. Today we're going to do part 2 of your chapter 3 test review. So we are in section 3-4 this morning on page 118, and I'm just going to do some examples for you and remind you how to solve equations with 2 or more operations. So for number 14, remember when we're solving equations, we add or subtract first. So what am I going to do first? Yes, good. -4 to both sides. And 10 minus 4 is 6. And now what would I do? Yep, that's right. Oh, multiply. Good. Both sides by 3. 6 times 3 is 18. All right. Number 15. So what am I going to do first to solve 15?
-8.
Yes, good. This one's tricky because of the negatives, so just make sure you're bringing all your negatives down. Yes. Good. No, because we're adding and subtracting. So, Ethan, that's right, -54. And then what am I going to do? Yep, but divide by -6. Don't forget the negative. We got to get rid of it.
Wait.
What?
How do you get rid of it again?
Just by dividing by -6 instead of +6. And then -54 divided by -6 is +9. Good. Okay, so number 23 is just using decimals, and it's no big deal. You just make sure you have your calculator on test day. So first I'm going to do what? Yes, that's right. Add 2.5 to both sides. And then what is 6.3 plus 2.5? 8.8. Good. And the last thing I do is,
4 equals 8.
yep, and then, yep, which equals what?
2.4.
2. Yes, good. Good. Okay, so the next one is a little more involved. So first I'm going to do what? Distribute. Good. So the 4 has to be multiplied by everything on the inside of the parentheses. 4 times C is?
4C plus 12.
Yes, good. And then the same thing for this side. The -3 has to be distributed. So
-3C times 6 minus 6 minus 5
plus 6, because the negative and negative become positive. All right. And now I have to get my variables to one side and my numbers to the other. So I'm gonna move this one because then it'll be positive. And I like positive variables. So that gives me 7C plus 12 equals 6. And then I do what? That's right, -12 to both sides. And what is 6 minus 12? Negatives. Ooh, this is yucky. Okay, we did it right. So the last step is what? Divide by Divide by 7. Divide by what is next to the variable. And then we're just going to leave it as the fraction. You could divide it into a decimal if you want to, but I think on the test, if it was a fraction, I left it as a fraction. You'll see because it's multiple choice. Okay, the last section that the test is over is 3-5, which is proportions. And when we solve proportions, remember we just multiply the diagonals. So 36 times n is 36n. And 16 times 27, who has their calculator? Times 27. 432. Okay, and now I just solved the equation. So I'm going to divide both sides by 36. Thank you. N equals 12.
This is so easy.
Good. See? Then let's keep going. So on this side, again, I'm going to multiply the diagonals. And 9 times 6 is 54. And then for this side, what I would have to do is distribute whatever is on top here to whatever is on the bottom here, because I have multiple digits going on. But since it's a 1, when you distribute 1, it all looks the same. So what I have is 54 equals W plus 3, and then I do what? Minus 3, and W equals 51. I'll do a couple more of these for you, so copy this down. For our last two examples, we have a little bit more complex problems, so we're just going to go through the steps on how to solve them. And x times negative 27, negative 27x. And then on this side, I'm going to have to distribute again. So I'm going to write it out before I multiply. That way I don't make mistakes with that negative. So I'm going to bring this down again, because I'm not changing that for now. And negative 9 times x. Yep, and negative 9 times negative 6. Yes, good, Ethan. Don't forget that negative when you're distributing. It changes the sign on the 54. Okay, so now what should I do? Yes. Since there's already a 27x on this side, I'm going to move the 9x over here with it. And negative 27 plus 9. Yes, negative 18x equals 54. And then what? Divide by negative 18. Nope, it's not. Negative 3. Okay, make sure you pause the video and copy these down. And email me if you have any questions. By the way, we miss you guys. You should, email once in a while or something. I doubt it.
Can I use your mouse, please?
Yes. Okay, so the last one, I'm going to write down each step so I don't make a mistake, all right? So I'm going to write 6 times 2m plus 1, and then the other side would be 9 times 12 minus 7m. So again, I have to distribute whatever's on the outside to everything on the inside. So 6 times 2m is how much? 12m. And 6 times 1. And then 9 times 12. Oh, that's good. And then 9 times negative 7m.
It's your calculator.
Okay, you know what? I think you know that.
The fight's breaking out, guys. Okay. Now what? Okay, so you want to do minus 12m. I would do plus 63m because I like positive variables, but we'll do it Ethan's way. It's okay. It works too. You just have to be more careful because of the negatives when you do it this way. What is negative 63 minus 12?
Negative 48, 52.
I wrote it down. It's negative 75.
Whoa.
Okay. Now what?
Now you move the 108, so it's negative or minus 108.
Yes. Good. Okay, and negative 108 plus 6.
It's negative 102,
Yep.
75.
Don't forget the negatives.
Negative
Yep. And then I do what?
divide by 75.
Divide by Starbucks. And the answer is
Negative 1.36.
negative 1.36. That's nice. Negative?
Positive 1.36.
Positive 1.36. Okay. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.